Listen, hear that?
Who cares if the NSA is tapping their phones? They save the best stuff for the show anyway. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I think I hear it.
On 93.3 KZOZ.
How pathetic can some people be?
Used to go to church, but church getting too expensive. I went one Sunday, they was passing around 8-9 plates. I just pulled my own plate out, passed that around. That's for earthquake. I'm short this week. I need some help. Look here, Miss Jones. You get help every week. Let somebody else in the congregation get some help. I read the Bible. I know I got to pay my tithes, my 10%. I get God his money when I see him. And if he asked me why I was holding on to it, I said it was a lot of false prophets on earth. I ain't know who to give your money to. And I ain't want to give it to the wrong person, still owe you when I got up here. And ain't no sense of paying if I didn't make the list. Because I'm going to need that money for cold water and air conditioner. Now that's a true baller. You in hell with cold water and air conditioner? You a baller.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
This is a crazy story. This happened in Louisiana. A priest was arrested for allegedly recording himself having a three-way at the altar of his church. Someone was looking through the window and saw the priest, Reverend Travis Clark, engaging with adult film actress Mindy Dixon. Are you familiar with her work?
No.
I'm not either. She's 23 years old, and he was also had Melissa Chang in there. And all three were taken to jail after this despicable encounter. Right there on the altar. Is the altar the podium they stand at? Is that considered the altar? What am I asking you for? You've never been to. You ever been to church? Been to a service?
Yeah, no, that's the altar.
That is the altar,
yeah.
right? That's the podium that they stand
right,
at.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why you have sex on that. That sounds very uncomfortable. But this is the Archbishop of the New Orleans Church, Gregory Ayman.
Let me be clear. Travis Clark will never serve again in Catholic ministry. His obscene behavior was deplorable. His desecration of the altar in the church was demonic, and I am infuriated by his actions. When the details became clear, we had the altar removed and burned. I will consecrate a new altar tomorrow.
Okay, concentrate or whatever he said, and consummate sounds so similar that I thought when I first heard that he was going to come. Wait, am I saying that when you consummate the relationship? That's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Consummate?
I'm reading the details of the story right now.
No.
Consummate.
Consummate. I'm throwing an extra letter in there. Anyways. So, the details are...
So a guy was walking by, okay? He was walking by, and he noticed that the lights were on inside the church.
So he thought he
late at night. And then he saw this going on. So then he pulled out his cell phone and started recording what was going on, and then turned it over to the...
Damn cell phones.
The head of the
church,
Saints Peter and Paul Roman Catholic Church.
That must have been this guy Gregory Ayman, the Archbishop, who burned the altar.
It was possible for the onlooker to peek inside the church through the windows and the glass door. The police were called. They looked at the footage and arrested the trio.
I don't understand why they were arrested. Okay, I understand it was bad, but what law were they breaking? Having sex in a church, is that illegal? And maybe that's
probably a trespassing type thing, I would think.
Oh, it's his church, right? He's
it's not
the
his church.
Oh, it's the people's church.
Yes.
He just
It's the congregation's church.
Yeah, and so they must have pressed charges.
And you got to keep in mind that this happened in Louisiana, so
right,
it's a very
there's probably some snakes running around.
Well, no, there's just it's
bad joke. Sorry,
I don't know, if that were to happen in California, I don't know if people would have got arrested.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
But it happened in Louisiana, where I think they hold religion a little bit, they revere it a little bit more.
What's his contact with the adult film industry?
I know. How does he
land Mindy Dixon?
Hey, I have access to a church, ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Want to come on down? We're going to.
Have you Googled her yet? Has anybody listening Googled her yet? I'm already curious what she looks like. She is an adult film star. Let's see if we can get her to come up on the images here on the Google.
Yes.
Nothing.
Mindy Dixon. No, I'm looking at their mugshots. Mindy Dixon's an older one, and Melissa Chang is a newer one. So that's
a newer one, meaning she's younger?
Yeah. Mindy Dixon's like 41, according to the police reports, and Melissa Cheng's 23.
All right.
So I don't know how he got access to them.
Well, anyways, he was busy, that's for sure. Congratulations to the former priest who got himself into a little bit of trouble, Travis Clark, who's now in jail after having the three-way on the altar. Congratulations, you are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOC.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, you cart, you save.
I thought this story was kind of interesting. And have you ever found anything in your yard growing up as a kid? Or this actually happened to be on somebody's roof in Buffalo, New York. It was really funny because the homeowner thought that they kind of lived by an airport. And so they thought that maybe why does it we always go to the toilet of the airplane? They thought the airplane was maybe dumping purple waste.
Well, because
on the roof.
That's the first thing that's going to go. Like, it's like what else is falling off airplanes? I mean, the waste is going to come out of the airplane.
But when does that ever happen? They don't dump the waste. They don't do that. I mean, it's like an RV. You go, and then when they land, they hook up the hose to it and they pump it out.
Unless there's a faulty system in the.
Oh, you mean like okay.
Like that time we rented the RV and took it to Qualcomm Stadium.
Well, we we took out the septic tank on a speed bump. Or actually, it was a curb.
Well, I'm just saying, that can happen in the air. I know there's not speed bumps in the air, but, there's malfunctions. Hell, Motley Crue got a hole in the side of their plane before they were supposed to play at Paso Robles. There are times when you have malfunctions with machinery.
Well, that's what Mike thought. Mike lives in Buffalo.
The plane accidentally maybe discharged something, or maybe some kind of a valve was maybe left open, and it they didn't know.
I don't have good health, so it does worry me a lot.
It could be toxic. It could be full of COVID or anything else. It could be
Scary. It's scary.
Hold on.
Does this not sound like a Saturday Night Live bit right now? Hey, it could be full of COVID.
Go back. Go back to the woman. I gotta get the guy. She's clearly related to somebody that we feature on a regular basis.
Here it comes.
the plane accidentally maybe discharged something, or maybe some kind of a valve was maybe left open, and it they didn't know.
I don't have good health, so it does worry me a lot.
Let's see, where is it? Where is he? Okay, here, this guy right here. Okay, with the woman. This guy.
Some kind of a valve was maybe left open, and it they didn't know.
I don't have good health, so it does worry me a lot.
Okay.
I don't take no orders from no woman, by the way. By the way, I don't take no orders from no women.
I don't have good health, so it does worry me a lot.
I don't take no orders from no woman, by the way. By the way, I don't take no orders from no women.
What about
It
this
could be
guy?
toxic. It could be full of COVID or anything else.
That could be that guy.
Scary.
Yeah, they're all
It's
family
scary.
members.
The plane.
I don't take no
accidentally maybe
orders from no woman, by the way. By the way, I don't take no orders from no women.
Well, the good news is, I don't know, they found all this purple crap in the yard and on their roof of their house. And of course, she doesn't have good health, and probably because she's been smoking since she was 5. But, anyways, the Department of Health came out and determined it
I
was.
don't take no orders from no woman, by the way. By the way, I don't take no orders from no women.
She's pretty. She's a looker too. The Department of Health
probably
came
feels
out.
pretty, too.
They took a sample and they found out it's the droppings from starlings that eat a purple berry called buckhorn berries. They feed on these things and then they fly all together. They all pooping at one time and it's making the big splotch on their roof.
This week and through the weekend, and somebody decided to ask David Crosby what he thought of Eddie Van Halen as a guitarist. And his one sound response, it's not even a word. It was like, I mean, David Crosby, read the room on this one, okay? He said, Meh.
Meh.
Meh. He was asked about his opinion of Eddie Van Halen as a guitarist, and he was just like, meh.
Really?
Then people started piling on him, and they're like, that's pretty rude. And there's a lot of other things that people said beside, that's pretty rude. And he said, sorry, it just meant he didn't move me much. So then he followed up with an explanation. He says, listen, Jimi Hendrix changed the world of guitar. Look, I get it. Many of you love Van Halen. And the one time I met him, Eddie was nice and he was talented. Meh to me means I don't care that much, and I don't. Doesn't mean he wasn't good. He was, but just not for me. But could you think you could have just, been like, oh yeah, we lost. I mean, I know you're probably doing it on your phone, Dave.
How old is David Crosby now? He just doesn't care anymore. This is what happens when you get old.
Old guys, yes,
yeah, they don't
exactly.
care. They don't care. They have no. And I respect it. As a matter of fact, you know what? I appreciate the fact that he didn't go out there
quickly going down that road. That's why you respect it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. You know what? Why sugarcoat stuff? You're David Crosby. You shouldn't have to.
I don't have time to actually type out. I know that
79 years old, for God's sakes.
I've only got time for 3 characters, and it's going to be meh.
And you get old, you just don't have the the willpower to be nice and to say the right thing. Yeah, you're right. He should have probably said.
But then when he gets attacked and then basted on Twitter, he's like, okay, I need to follow this up with an explanation. So then you have to end up doing so much more work on the back end of it when you could have just said, yes, it's really unfortunate we lost Eddie this week. He was a great guitarist, and nobody would have said anything about it. Right. But then he's got to go and fight that battle.
Maybe he was tired of seeing that on Facebook. And he was like, you know what? I'm tired of everybody, going overboard about Eddie Van Halen. I didn't think he was that great. And if anybody's going to ask me, I'm going to say, meh. Meh. Where did that come from, by the way, anyways? A cat sound.
Every time you bring up a story about something on this radio show, I'm just going to go, meh. See how you like it. You think LeBron James is the greatest?
All right. We'll be right back.
LeBron James is the greatest of all time? Meh.
93.3 KCOZ.